Would you like to live in a world where humanity solves aging, cures disease, colonizes space, and builds intelligent systems that improve life for everyone? A world where human potential isn't limited by biology, outdated systems, or scattered ambition? That future isn't fantasy. It's a blueprint, waiting to be built. But building it takes more than technology. It takes a unified ideology, a coordinated society, and a shared purpose to evolve intentionally. In this video, we'll explore how we can turn science fiction into reality through a visionary framework, an emerging ideology we're calling Hyperevolutionism. Science fiction isn't just about escape. It's a mirror, a guide, and a warning. It gave us ideas like AI assistants, brain-computer interfaces, and gene editing long before they were real. And today, those once fictional technologies are becoming part of daily life. But they didn't happen by magic. They were created by people who dared to dream and act. If we want the futures we imagine, we must align around a collective vision. And that's what this new ideological framework is designed to do. We're developing a new way of thinking about human progress, an ideology tentatively called Hyperevolutionism. Its central idea is simple: humanity can and should accelerate its own evolution, intentionally, ethically, and strategically, using science, technology, coordinated systems, and a purpose-driven society. We're entering a moment in history when tools like AI, genetic engineering, and neurotechnology are converging. But without direction, these tools will be underused, misused, or used only by the elite. Hyperevolutionism proposes we use them to uplift the entire species. The Pareto principle shows that 80% of results come from 20% of the effort. In society, the same rule applies. Right now, too much human energy is wasted on distractions. Too many young people are pushed toward influencer culture instead of scientific careers. Too much genius is lost in systems that don't value it. This new ideology argues that we must concentrate our efforts in key areas: artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, neuroscience, biotechnology, cryogenics, and advanced computing. These aren't hobbies. They're the drivers of civilization's next leap. We need to build a future where passion and effort are rewarded when applied to solving humanity's biggest problems: disease, mortality, cognition, exploration, and sustainability. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, humanity briefly united. Vaccines were developed at record speed thanks to global scientific cooperation. But once the emergency faded, so did the coordination. What if we had a permanent system, powered by AI, that connects minds, resources, and missions globally? Imagine students connected to researchers, talent matched to frontier problems, data pooled across institutions, a global platform focused on accelerating human evolution. That's the kind of coordination this ideology aims to inspire. We don't need to wait for another crisis to act as one. Let's face it, the current system rewards maintenance, not progress. Big Pharma profits more from treatments than cures. Enhancement is discouraged because sickness is more profitable. This emerging ideology suggests a new model, one where health enhancements are rewarded. Intelligence, productivity, and longevity become assets. Companies succeed by upgrading lives, not exploiting disease. And AI is used to optimize systems, not replace meaning. It's still a capitalist framework, but one driven by progress and performance, not dependency. This would also incentivize megacorporations and startups to pivot their business models toward upgrading humanity. We would see competition for intelligence, endurance, and memory, not clicks and attention. Companies that contribute to human evolution would thrive, and those that hinder it would fade away. This framework also proposes a new social honor system, one where people are recognized and rewarded for what they contribute to human advancement. Imagine scientists, engineers, and educators as cultural icons, citizens earning access to enhancements through verified contributions. A merit-based system where even non-scientific roles like coordination, education, or innovation support are honored. A clear distinction between contribution and distraction. Not everyone must be a geneticist, but everyone can contribute in some meaningful way. Contribution becomes the new foundation for opportunity. Controversial? Yes. Essential? Also yes. This ideology doesn't ignore ethics, but it does challenge current limits. What if we could eliminate hereditary disease? What if we could boost memory, emotional resilience, and intelligence? What if we could design humans capable of solving climate change or surviving Mars? We don't advocate for control. We advocate for choice, especially for those born with genetic disadvantages. Nature is slow. We now have the tools to evolve faster, smarter, and more compassionately if we use them wisely. One goal of this system is to ensure everyone has a high-quality starting point. Universal STEM education, access to housing, food, and basic health, cognitive development from an early age. But after that, society becomes merit-based. You'll compete not for survival, but for enhancements, access to longevity technology, leadership in scientific progress, and opportunities based on contribution. Inequality will still exist, but it will be based on value creation, not wealth hoarding or privilege. This approach doesn't eliminate competition, it refines it. It shifts the game from exploitation to exploration, from entertainment to engineering, from surviving to evolving. To turn this into a real movement, we need culture to participate. We must make scientists and engineers role models. Flood media with stories about real-world breakthroughs. Use games, films, and VR to simulate better futures. Normalize transhumanism, biohacking, and AI innovation as exciting, meaningful paths. This isn't propaganda, it's aspirational storytelling. If we don't show people what the future could be, they won't build it. Science fiction is becoming science fact. But if we want the best version of that future, we need a unifying idea to coordinate society's energy. A vision, a framework, an emerging ideology we're calling Hyperevolutionism. It's still being defined, but the mission is clear. To accelerate the evolution of humanity using every tool we have. This isn't a utopia, it's a path, one that anyone can walk. So if this resonates with you, learn, share this message, join the movement, subscribe if you're ready to evolve. Comment below, what future technology excites you most? How would you like to contribute? Let's take the future out of fiction and bring it into reality together.